Hi, and welcome to my channel where I make dishes inspired by some of my favorite video game characters. Today's dish is inspired by Kyokokirigiri from Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. The first Danganronpa truly has such an amazingly haunting vibe to it. It's a lot more creepy and unsettling to me, and maybe that's because it's the blueprint of the series. The music is chilling, the characters leave you on edge as you feel like any of them could be plotting your murder at any moment, and the locations all have this dark edge to them. Just like Makoto, as you play the game, you look to find someone that you can trust or rely on through all of the unknown. At first, you think you can find that in Sayaka, but then she literally almost stabs you in the back. For many, like me, your true partner in crime and trusted friend is Kyoko Kirigiri. She's a little bit reserved, but you can tell she's going to be a trusted ally by how seriously she takes the trials and how intelligent she is during investigations. Of course, we learn that she's so helpful and intelligent because she has the talent of the ultimate detective. This skill is incredibly useful in this environment, and it's great that someone who is trustworthy has it and can use it for good. Anytime you start getting lost on a murder case and need any guiding help, Kyoko is always there. As you learn about Hope's Peak Academy through Makoto, you also feel for her as you learn about her past and her own tragic family. Kyoko is definitely one of the more memorable characters from the first Danganronpa, and even the series as a whole, and it's easy to see why. In a game full of death and mystery that can be so daunting, Kyoko is a literal light. For a lot of Danganronpa characters, to get an inspiration for a dish, it's nice to be able to look at what gifts they love to receive during free times. I will say I did think about ramen due to the scene where she gets cup noodles on her head, but I don't think ramen suits her the most effectively. When looking at gifts she loves, two of them are blueberry perfume and civet coffee. I think blueberries fit her well due to the bluish and purple color they have, as well as their sweet yet gentle taste. For coffee, there's a free time event where Makoto can offer her coffee, and she starts getting really excited, calling herself a coffee person. I wanted to mix coffee and blueberry into some kind of dessert, but the last element I felt was really important was something that was relatively clean to eat. That way Kyoko wouldn't have to remove her gloves since she chooses to hide the scars on her hands. To mix these components, I decided on a blueberry coffee tiramisu cup that came together much quicker than a class trial, and it wouldn't take any critical thinking at all to come to the conclusion that it was delicious. Here's what you'll need to make your own. For the blueberry syrup, you'll need fresh or frozen blueberries, water, granulated sugar, and lemon juice. And for the tiramisu cups, you'll need blueberry coffee, heavy cream, granulated sugar, softened mascarpone cheese, vanilla extract, espresso powder, and ladyfinger biscuits. On the day I was planning to record this, I went to my local grocery store, where I've bought ladyfingers before, but I found out that they no longer sold them. I was a little flustered because tiramisu generally uses ladyfingers. If you're like me and can't find the ladyfingers, you can easily substitute with some pound cake, so that's what I will be doing here. First off, you'll need to make these around 3 hours before you're ready to dig in, so try to think ahead like a detective as much as you can when you're planning. To start the whole process, we'll make some blueberry syrup. Grab a small saucepan and then add in 1 cup of your blueberries, as well as 1 tablespoon of water. Start heating the two on medium-high heat, crushing the berries as it heats, and once you see the berries simmering and slightly bubbling, you'll reduce the heat down to medium-low. Let the mixture simmer for another 2 minutes, then remove the pan from the heat and pour the berries into a sieve that's placed over a heat-safe bowl or cup. Use a spoon to squish and squeeze down on the berries to release as much of the blueberry liquid as you can, then once it has been drained as much as you can get it, pour all of this blueberry juice back to your saucepan. In the saucepan with the blueberry juice, you'll also add in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. It'll feel a bit like deja vu, but you'll start heating the mixture again on medium-high until it simmers, and then we'll simmer again for another 2 to 3 minutes. We're then good to once again remove the pan from the heat and pour the mixture into a clean, heat-safe bowl. You'll place the syrup into the fridge to start cooling, and then you can shift gears over to the tiramisu. Brew yourself some blueberry coffee. It's coffee time! And you'll need at least a half cup worth. Let the coffee cool for a few minutes, and then grab a large mixing bowl or stand mixer bowl. Into the bowl, you'll add in 1 cup of cold heavy cream, as well as a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Use a hand mixer or the whisk attachment of your stand mixer to beat the heavy cream on high until it starts to form stiff peaks. At this point, we can add in 8 ounces of our softened mascarpone cheese. You can also pour in a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and about 2 tablespoons of your slightly cooled blueberry syrup. The syrup doesn't need to be fully cooled, just make sure it's not too warm or hot. You can then once again start beating the mixture briefly until everything is smooth and well combined and becomes a more beautiful purpley color. Once it's combined, you can transfer the cream over to a piping bag with a nozzle of your choice, and then you'll grab 4 serving glasses or cups. I have these adorable little mug glasses that worked perfect for this dessert. All we'll do from here is assemble everything. You'll start by piping a small layer of your mascarpone filling on the bottom, then you'll sprinkle a pinch of espresso powder on the cream. You'll then break your ladyfingers, or pound cake, into more bite-sized pieces, and then you'll dip them into the blueberry coffee. If you're using ladyfingers, you can dip for around 1 to 2 seconds, but since the pound cake is a lot more fluffy, you really can only dip in and out before it'll get too soggy and fall apart. I very quickly learned this. Anyways, you'll briefly soak the fingers or cake into the coffee and then place on top of your cream, and then we'll repeat. You'll pipe a second layer of cream, then sprinkle a second sprinkle of espresso powder, and then add a second and final layer of ladyfingers. Lastly, you'll pipe a final layer of cream and sprinkle a final sprinkle of espresso powder. From here, the assembling process is done, but we're not ready to eat right away since the cups will need to chill for around 3 hours. Cover the cups with some plastic wrap individually, then place into the fridge to chill. Feel free to use your free time however you'd like. After the cups are done chilling, they're ready to eat, but we're going to drizzle the cups with the rest of our blueberry syrup. Now, I'll be honest and say that my syrup turned a little too thick to drizzle with a spoon or something else, so I ended up just piping it on top. But if you can't or don't want to do this, you can add a few drops of water and stir to help thin it out, or you can heat very briefly in the microwave to loosen it up a little. Either way, once the syrup is on top, we're all ready to dig in. I was honestly surprised by how much I enjoyed this dish. I would never usually choose to make this for myself as I'm usually more of a fan of baked or frozen goods, but I was pleasantly surprised. The blueberries and coffee are a really intriguing partnership that you think shouldn't work, but it actually does. There are so many fun and different but cohesive flavors. Everything is nice and soft and decadent, and you get such hidden flavor from not only the cream, but the soaked fingers or cake. You, of course, can make your own version with any flavor of coffee you like and can play around with the infused flavor in the mascarpone cream to make so many yummy combinations. Kyoko has really good memories of her father and mother making tiramisu for holidays and family get-togethers, and she has memories of trying really hard to act like a grown-up and be able to taste the coffee without finding it bitter. As she grew up and started working out in the field, her taste would evolve, and she'd learn to adore coffee, especially when she was exhausted from thinking over a case. After the work accident where she burnt her hands, she does her best to avoid taking her gloves off around others, and so she always does her best to avoid any unnecessary spills if she can. Although she has some bitter memories associated with her parents and her family in general, she can't deny how special she would always feel when eating the tiramisu they made, and she would love the warmth and comfort she would feel inside whenever she took a bite. When she grew older, she knew she wanted to enjoy the taste of tiramisu again, but she wanted to put her own spin on it to prove that she doesn't need to be exactly like her family. She would decide to use blueberries to flavor her version, and she'd love enjoying the tiramisu in a cup, and she'd feel so pleased as she enjoyed the fruits of her labor. It's a personal special she even introduced to her classmates of Hope's Peak. You know, when they were together, not during the killing game. In that moment, while everyone was enjoying her dessert, she'd almost forget that she was an ultimate detective, and she'd get a nice taste of how it would feel to just be a normal high school girl for once. The recipe card is in the video description if you'd like a more quick and concise version to give it a try. Like if you want a bite, subscribe for more geeky treats, and comment what foods Kyoko reminds you of. Thanks for following along.